on, Lucy and Albert. Woo! Oh, and you've come bearing gifts as well, Lucy. You're too good to us. Oh, come on. Who made this?
My friend Sam Watson.
Sam Watson. Hello, Sam Watson. Hello, Sam. I mean, this is gonna be so tragic. I don't know where to show this. Right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Steady, steady.
Oh. Wait, can we get it? Camera. Oh. Yeah, there's the fan. Oh, that's as low as I'm going. This is going somewhere horribly.
You've done well.
But thank you so much. I think I've done all right there. I'm going to put this down here.
We've got a picture. The Bake Off's on.
Oh, of course, some Bake Off's on as well. Yes.
You know what I mean? Rival channel.
Rival channel.
Don't say it.
Yeah, I don't think we have too many corresponding watchers. I don't think there's too many people that watch both. But thank you so much for that, Lucy.
You're welcome.
Do spoil us. You do spoil us. And we put a picture.
Nothing.
Yeah. What did you bring, mate?
Just good vibes.
Witty banter.
Crystal Palace. I'm sorry to get you on because if I'd got you on the last month or so, you would have been in a great mood. But West Ham at home, is that Crystal Palace in a nutshell to kind of have a really good run of results and then go lose a game where everyone's going, oh, they'll turn West Ham over?
Yeah, we love gifting. If there's a team struggling for a result, come down to Selhurst. You know, you won't have to try too hard and you'll probably come away with 3 points. But, you know, that's why it's called a run. It has to come to an end. And if we were more consistent, you know, we'd be pushing top 4. And, you know, I think it was the manner in which it happened. You know, say you come off a run, your expectations go maybe a bit too high. And, you know, it was poor. First half was really poor.
It's awful.
And second half was the classic, we're 1-0 down, so let's up our game. And you sort of think, well, why can't we start like that from the off? So I think a mixture of their form with our form, probably a bit of complacency crept in.
Was it almost a microcosm of Crystal Palace, the whole game, that you can go from the sublime to the ridiculous in the space of 90 minutes?
Well, yeah, it's a sad state of affairs when you make West Ham look good, isn't it? So, yeah, it was just awful, and the weather was rubbish. I mean, we don't play well in the rain, do we? We don't play well in the sun sometimes.
The stadium doesn't hold up well in the rain either.
No, but it was just awful, and like Albert said, the second half we did pick up, and we just think, you know, we should be playing like this for 90 minutes, not just conceding and then thinking, oh God, we need to get a result here, and then picking it up. It should be consistent the whole time.
And the ref did everything he could for us as well.
Yeah,
you know, penalty, red card, dodgy red card for the other team. You know, so we've only got ourselves to blame, really.
Yeah, it's true. He was trying his hardest to get something out.
And that's rare. That's rare.
Yeah, exactly. It's very true. Benteke. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. He's been having a brilliant season. His penalty was woefully bad. Woefully bad. As bad a penalty have you seen from a Crystal Palace player?
Well, we saw the Jason Puncheon one at Spurs a couple of seasons ago. It was bad, but
I think that's still going, isn't it?
Yeah. But everyone keeps saying he slipped, and I've watched it. I can't see him slipping that much, to be honest. But I think he does everything right. You know, he waits for the goalkeeper to sort of make a decision, and you sort of think, I'll just roll it in. And what only makes it more galling is the penalty he scored for Liverpool.
Exactly what I thought. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure you'd be aware of that.
No.
So you sort of, you know, you're looking for that composure, but you know, we want a bad run of form with penalties. Whoever takes them can buy. Has missed plenty in his last sort of few, and you sort of look around and think, right, well, who's going to get it next? Probably the goalkeeper.
He's doing everything else, Stephen Mandanda.
Yeah,
he's been a class act for you guys.
He's not keeping a clean sheet, but that's a different story.
I think that's more of the 10 guys in front of him.
Yeah, I don't think you can portion any blame to him.
No, you can't.
He's great.
Yeah, with that Benteke performance, because he missed another couple of gilt-edged chances as well. Is it one of those where, as a striker, you just got to dust yourself and move on? You're going to have those games as striker? I
think so, and I think it was a really bad game for him, because obviously in the games building up to the West Ham game, he'd been fantastic. You know, I've sung his praises on the show like the whole time, but it just seemed everything he did, it just went against him, and I think he kind of lost his confidence a little bit throughout the game. But hopefully, you know, as you know, we always say, you move on, you go on to the next game, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it was a really, really awful game.
Do you see Pardew ringing any changes off the back of that performance? I'm just thinking Connor Wickham came on, looked quite lively. Is there any chance of him going up front ahead of Benteke, or is that just a bit harsh on a guy? Possibly.
He might do the old 4-4-2. I think Kabay will start because he's not been starting because, well, he's had poor form as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, so I think the only change will probably. I think it'd be, you know, you say his confidence took a hit at the weekend. I think to drop Benteke would only set him back further. So I think probably Benteke I think it will be the same, except I think Kabay will will probably come in for Ledley because Cabaye came on at half-time, my opinion only, but I thought he was man of the match just for that half. He brought a real spark, and that's something that's been lacking in his game from when he started. He's had a few games on the bench, so I'd like to think he's sort of fired up a bit. And that's a change I'd like to see.
We talk about the team being quite hit and miss. Are also the individuals themselves, they kind of sum up the team, they're quite mercurial players, aren't they? You don't know necessarily what you're going to get from a Zaha, you know, a Townsend, a Benteke, a Papasuare. Is it fair to say that you don't know which one of them is going to show up as well as the team?
Well, Suarez not going to turn up for a few months, is he? Bless him.
Although he's making a good recovery.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, we've talked about Zaha so much. His problem is consistency. He always puts in 100%, and with the things he tries to do, it either comes off or it doesn't. You know, it's quite a black and white sort of way of playing. He either beats a man and has a great game, or it doesn't come off. Or people sometimes he's got 3 men to beat, and he can't do it every time. But it's for other players to exploit that space. You know, if Zaha's got 3 men around him, it's for other players to get involved, and I think that's probably something we need to see more from someone like Andros Townsend, who had a really off game at the weekend. We'd spent most of the game pumping the ball up to Benteke, which has become our sort of default sort of tactics, and then we get a free kick just outside the area, good crossing position, and Townsend decides to square it to a Joel Ward, who's a fullback, who's not expecting it, and you sort of think, what are you doing? But we're still a relatively new team. There's still a few new faces to sort of bed in, and it's going to be up and down. That is the roller coaster that is Crystal Palace. It is. That's
very, very true, isn't it?
That is delicious. Lucy, we're on. Lucy, we're on. Oh my God, by the way, that's delicious. Sorry, that's delicious. That's genuinely delicious. I wasn't expecting chocolate. Lucy, that is... I think I had this dream the other night of you force-feeding me FANTV.
I'll be having it tonight.
Albert was in the corner as well in my dream as well.
No one puts Albert in the corner.
Back to the football. This is a recurring theme. I was eating a pot noodle this time last week. Is it all around my mouth, is it? Look at me. Look at the state of me. Right, if you've just joined in, this is a football show. And we're going to get back to football with the Crystal Palace fans. We have Josh, our West Ham fan, on Skype. Hello, Josh. How are you doing? All right? Sorry that you had to witness that. It was you look scarred. you look like you've seen something horrible. I'm sorry that we can't feed you the cake through the screen because it is genuinely delicious. We're talking about the West Ham Crystal Palace game at the weekend. Did you hear the guys talking about it here on the sofa?
No, I did not know.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Same time next week, Josh.
It's always nice to be a fan. But talking about the game, did you think you were good, Palace were bad, bit of both? What did you think?
Didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
I thought that we were good. I just thought Palace were shoddy in front of goal, especially Christian Benteke, and he showed that with his penalty.
Yeah, he certainly did. Did you have expectations going into the game, or were you really not confident? Because I think in the build-up to the game, a lot of people were thinking Palace are going to win this one.
No, I thought we'd get absolutely battered.
Really? Thought you were going to get absolutely battered. So 1-0 win must have been a bit of a surprise. Is it a concern that would you have rather have won that game at home to put the home hoodoo thing to bed, or would we just take 3 points however they come?
I'll just take 3 points however they come at the moment because it's not like we're getting them regularly. So however they come, I'll take them at the minute.
Do you think that this is going to springboard your season, or do you think that it's really your home form that's going to be determine that?
I hope it does springboard the season. I think it was a lot to do with Aaron Cresswell coming back into the side. Obviously, he's got a suspension now. Only one game, unfortunately. I don't think it was a red card, but I think Aaron Cresswell makes that team tick. So to have him back is a massive boost.
Do you almost think with the home problems? I'm not going to go into them in too much detail because we've done it a lot. But with the home problems, are the away games massive for West Ham at this moment and for the rest of the season as well? Do you almost need to target them as much as you would normally target a home game to pick up points?
Oh, yeah, without doubt. Home games last year, the Bowen was a fortress last season, but the London Stadium or Olympic Stadium has no signs of showing that so far, and away games are going to be crucial to our season now.
You're hoping, obviously, that it does kickstart a bit of a West Ham renaissance this season. What can West Ham achieve now this season, now that they've got that monkey off their back and got a win under their belts? How far can West Ham go from here?
I'd settle for 8th.
Really? 8th?
You know, somewhere around that. Decent FA Cup run, that would do me for the first season at the London Stadium.
Sunderland at home on the weekend as well, obviously at the fortress that is the London Stadium. Do you think you're going to get 3 points against a Sunderland team that look awful and are really struggling at the moment?
If we don't beat Sunderland, we won't win for the rest of the season. So we have to go and beat them. They're a truly terrible side. So if we don't beat Sunderland, you know, I do fear for our season.
I'd love to argue, but there was a universal nod from everybody in the studio when you said that they're a truly terrible side. You are correct. Quick prediction, do you think, for the score against Sunderland on the weekend?
We'll somehow concede, so I'll go with 3-1.
Yeah, perfect, mate. Thank you very much for Skyping us, mate. We'll speak to you later in the season as well when West Ham are hopefully stringing a few wins together as well.